Test 1 2. Test. Hello, you're off. Mic check 1 2. Mic check. It's decision day in the Northwest District. From Liberty-Benton High School on the outskirts of Findlay, the Lady Lex come into a district championship game with their sights set on a trip to Columbus next week in their first regional tournament since 2017. However, in the red corner awaits a team that has already been there, done that. In fact, the Shawnee Lady Indians, with a win tonight, would make it 3 straight seasons in which they will be playing in a regional semifinal. Stay tuned. This Wednesday night action is coming to you live and free right here on the OH Report next.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Take a look at all the action from Friday Night Football right here in North Central Ohio with great analysis, highlights, coach interviews, and so much more every single Friday night right here on the OH Report.
It is time now for your pregame show presented by Panchos Tacos, here live and free on the OH Report. We've got a district championship game as Lady Lex make the hour 16-minute trip over here to Liberty-Benton High School as they take on the number 1 seed in this district, the Shawnee Lady Indians. Jonathon Langdon alongside Josh Banks, excited to see this one. Should be a tight contest here tonight between two teams that, in fact, don't know each other very well. In the Max Preps era, they've never faced off.
Yeah, they've never faced off, and you've got one team that's become accustomed to getting to a regional tournament, and Lex looking to do it for the first time since 2017, and I think that's going to be the key tonight for both of these squads.
Let's go ahead and jump right into our team spotlights. We'll start with the Lexington Lady Lex here as they come in with a chance to make some history. This will show off my age. I was in high school last time they were in a regional tournament. 2017, so not too long ago, but still, that's a pretty good milestone to hit. And speaking of hitting, they're hitting .347 coming into tonight.
You can't ask for much more than that. That's the highest percentage I've seen all season out of a team, and you know, it's going to be really interesting to see, can they keep up that consistency tonight and keep it going.
So you see Lady Lex out on the court. We are going to actually step aside, take another break, because the national anthem is about to be performed here in the gym. We will be back right away, live and free here on the OH Report.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
And we're back for take 2 of this pregame show presented by Panchos Tacos in Bellville and in Mount Vernon. But it's Lexington taking the court here tonight with their Lady Lex, who are up against a battle as they take on Shawnee and these Lady Indians. We already kind of spotlighted Lexington before the break, but if you are just joining us, we'll go ahead and hop right back into it. So this team, they had a tough late season loss to Ashland that was a little bit uncharacteristic, but other than that, they've been spotless. You see all those last couple of games, that's 3 sweeps.
Yeah, they've been spotless in the sweep category. They've only lost a total of 18 sets all year, Jonathan, and those losses have come to some of the better teams. Dover beats them twice. Worcester beats them, and then the big upset from Ashland. But 20-4 and 10-4 in the OCC, you can't ask for much more.
Yeah, outside of Ashland, those other 2 teams you mentioned are also playing for district titles.
Exactly.
Worcester playing tonight. Dover plays on Saturday. Lexington coming into this game has a very notable star that we're going to talk about, and we've talked about all season long, Ava Brown. She is a Division I commit who is up at 482 kills just this season. That's a good milestone for an average player's career.
Yeah, first in all of Division III, 7th in the state in kills, and how about 6th in the entire nation in hitting percentage, Jonathan?
It doesn't get much better than that, and we're going to get to see her go to town here tonight. 513 hitting percentage. That is unreal for someone, as you see her introduced right there. Perfect timing. Now let's go ahead and jump over to Shawnee, a team that is more of an unknown here at the OH Report, but also we do know they make frequent trips to the regional tournament.
Yeah, they make frequent trips, and you see looking for their 9th straight win on the season and trying to get back to the Sweet 16 again. They're only hitting 269, so a little bit lower than Lexington, but 19-5 and unbeaten in the Western Buckeye League.
And you may notice we're going to take it out to the court here just so we can kind of give you a visual, but height-wise, very different from what we saw on the Lexington side. However, this is not a team to underestimate. In conference play in the Western Buckeye League, they only lost 2 of 29 sets to their conference opponents.
Yeah, and that's just insane. That's a phenomenal season for them, as they only lost 15 sets all year out of the Western Buckeye. They do everything correct, and you can't ask for much more.
And Karleigh Hutchins probably does it the most correct out of anybody. She leads the team in almost every major category, especially offensively, but she's also got a killer serve that could be detrimental to Lexington if they don't take care of it.
Yeah, she's got a killer serve, and you said it best. She leads the team in kills. She's second in assists. She leads them in digs. Every major statistical category, she's in the top 3. That's why they're where they're at, Jonathan.
So both teams about to meet in the middle here as we're about ready to go. So that means, Josh, it is time for you to give me your keys to victory here for both of these teams. We'll start with Lady Lex.
Yeah, Lady Lex, it's going to be very important for them tonight to keep the ball in system. Get it to Tatum Stover, get it to Ava Brown, and you've got some of the tallest players. You've got the height advantage tonight. A block party at the net is going to be crucial against this Shawnee team.
And now let's go ahead and look. Oh, I don't know why my screen did that, but let's go ahead and jump into Shawnee, and a team that we don't know too much about, but we do know that there's going to be someone that they want to avoid.
Yeah, you keep it away from Ava Brown at all costs, and with the height advantage that you see on the other side for Lady Lex, you have to win at the net. You have to win those jousts that are going to happen, and you have to have a high kill percentage tonight if you're going to knock off the Lady Lex.
So back out to the court here at Liberty-Benton High School. Beautiful facility,
yes.
Great internet connection here. That should get you the entire way through this district championship game. Live and free on the OH Report. This place reminds me, Josh, I don't know if you've ever been, but West Holmes High School.
Yes, it's a beautiful setup. They've got an entire table up here for us. Great internet. They've got everything going well here, and, I mean, it's a beautiful facility. The Falcon on the court.
In the corner of the gym, you could see it on the screen before we panned away.
It's just a beautiful facility here. But Lex will get first serve.
And they will send it away cleanly over to Shawnee. We are underway in a district championship in Division III, and right away we see Chelsea Burkholder get the first kill of the game.
Yeah, and that's a big start there for Shawnee. They get kill number 1, and now Hutchins will go back to serve, where she is very, very dangerous.
Nearing 70 aces on the year. Brown up to the task on her first one. Stover, that one dug up by Sammy Reddig. Dump to the campfire. Lexington does a good job keeping it alive. They go to the campfire themselves and get the point.
Yeah, Stover with a little dink over the top of the net. A great match there from Tatum Stover.
And after that, she will get a chance to serve as well. It would take a Herculean effort for her to get it done today, but she is 48 kills shy of 1,000 on her career as she punches this out of bounds.
A big swing from Gianna Upshaw for Shawnee, the lefty. She elevates extremely well. Seen her in pregame, and man, does she get up there.
Yeah, great stuff from Shawnee to take the 2-1 lead. So Lexington gets out of the star server for this team, but the number 2 and 3 options aren't too bad themselves as Addie Kriegel forces an overpass. Far side swing, this one out of bounds, but it'll be off the block, point for Shawnee.
Yeah, a great job there at the net for the block for Lexington. It was Bella Temple and Karleigh Thornton getting there to get the block, but out of bounds, and now Shawnee's got a 2-point lead.
Goes near sideline. Brown ready with the reception. They'll go right back to her, and she pummels it through.
When you swing that hard and you got that much power behind the ball at that angle, it's going to be hard to come away with those digs if you're on Shawnee's side.
So Lady Lex with the serve, Karleigh Thornton. Back set right off the block. Brown got a deflection off of it, but the Indians take advantage. It is now 4-2 in a nice back and forth contest, but we are starting to see these Lady Indians pull away as they've got some great vertical to make up for the height difference.
Yes, Gianna Upshaw again there coming away with that kill. Extremely elevated on her jump.
Roll shot out of Brown. You usually see her go with power, but that time she gets the kill with some finesse.
Well, and the only reason she had to finesse that, Jonathan, is her teammate fell down in front of her. She had to avoid her and still come away with that kill.
They did not put in stats yet for their last game in the semifinal against Ontario, but against Madison in the sectional, Brown had 16 kills in 3 sets, which is always an impressive number to see as this ball just sails out of bounds. Back to the Indians we go in the serve.
Yeah, Thornton just missed keeping that one in play. Josie Hutchins will now serve for them.
She had 2 aces against Defiance in a WBL rematch in the district semis. Brown, high ball, this will go out.
Just missed the inline, did Ava Brown there. A good swing for her. Unfortunately, unable to keep it in, and that's going to kind of be the story of the night. She's going to have to be successful if they're going to move on.
So Hutchins, the 5'10 sophomore. Very big future for this program with the serve. Tap over by Brown, and Shawnee cannot respond.
The finesse there from Ava Brown is really why she's as good as she is. You don't got to take a big swing every time, and now Ava Brown will go back to serve.
Another good look for Ava Brown. Want to shout out our replay sponsors today, as this will go into the net for a Lady Indian point, but shout out to Walker Woods Creations, custom embroidery and sublimation. Personalize your merchandise on Lexington Avenue in Mansfield. Libero will serve for Lima Shawnee, Sammy Reddick. He's already made some key digs early on in this contest. Tatum Stover gets another try off the tape, and Reddick can't get to that one.
Yeah, got a hand on it, did Reddick. Unable to keep it in play for her team, but you said it best, a lot of digs already for her. She's second on this team in digs coming into tonight with 218.
Lady Lex trail by just 2. Their libero, Maddie Ross, sends it away. Far side set. This is going to our player spotlight. It's Hutchins.
Hutchins gets her second kill of the evening, and it's a big one as they're going to go up 8-5 here in set 1.
So Karleigh Hutchins is the senior out of the 2 sisters. Their mother, Brooke, the coach, the Western Buckeye League Coach of the Year, in fact.
Deservingly so.
Brooke Holder the serve. Off balance set. This ball will land in. Nicely done by Lady Lex.
Yeah, great swing there for Tatum Stover. I'm not sure how she kept that one in, but she painted that volleyball line on the far side.
New server for Lexington. Far side swing. Upshaw does the same, just on the other side.
Yeah, Upshaw's 3 for 3 in attempts tonight as she puts that one in the middle of Brown and Ross.
So it was Whitney Stutz the serve for Lexington on that last point. Now they go back to Karleigh Hutchins, the player nearing 70 aces as we mentioned earlier on in the game. Slide shot dug up again by Reddick. That's taken the back by Brown. And we'll see a swing out of the setter. Reddick there again. Back row attack. This will sail out. Good eye by the Lady Lex.
Yeah, it's a great job by Lady Lex. And how about the versatility for Brown? This is my first time seeing Lady Lex this year, and she's played more backline than she has frontline here in this first set.
Tatum Stover, 57 aces this year. That leads the team. This is who they want there as they send this on an overpass. Setter dump. How about it from Bella Temple?
Yeah, it's a great job there by Bella to see the play, make the read. Nobody was expecting her to come down with the left hand, and she does just so, and now they only trail by 1.
Great first set, keeping it close here as this ball is in. And there you see Stover's
60th.
Yeah, 60th ace and just pure class from the service line.
You can't place it any better. She put that right on that back line.
See if she could do it here again, and it would be for Lexington's first lead of the night. And they'll get it.
Back-to-back aces for the best server on the Lady Lex squad, and now they have all the momentum.
Can she make it 3 in a row is the question. Another nice serve. Reddick, however, scoops it up. Back set to Upshaw, off the touch and inbounds.
Upshaw really doing a great job here so far in set 1 as that'll knot us up, and she's 4 for 4. She hasn't missed yet.
So that'll bring up Addie Kriegel. Last game against Defiance, 8 kills, 3 blocks, 2 of them solo, 11 digs as well in that game. Great all-around performance from the lady who just sent it over for Shawnee. Back set Upshaw, lefty blocked. Brown with the stare down as she walks away.
Yeah, the confidence from Ava Brown right there. She blocked that, and there was she turned instantly and stared Upshaw down as she walked to the huddle.
And I think I saw Upshaw acknowledge that. She's got a big grin on her face as she's ready to receive this serve. Reddick jumps in front of her, however. Back to Upshaw. This time tries to go around the block, misses out of bounds.
Yeah, I was talking with Travis last night when we did a game together, and I said this sport is one of the it's the most fun I have because it's so complex. You got to go over a block or around it.
This time they'll go some switch sides, and that'll work. The kill from Josie Hutchins.
The sophomore with a big swing. Lex still with a 1-point lead, though.
She was an honorable mention in the league. 4 players for Lima Shawnee earned all-league honors as this ball on a pooch serve is left short by Karleigh Hutchins.
Temple will now go serve 92.6% service on the year.
That dies right on the chest of the back row, and this will work out for Lexington.
Yeah, it'll give them a 2-point lead and a big serve there from Temple.
See if she could do something again. We'll go to the same target, this time received as Josie has that dug up by Ross. Brown tight to the net. This will go out of bounds. Nothing that she could really do with it, despite being 6'3", a little too high.
Yeah, a little too high, a little too far. She wasn't able to kind of elevate and try to extend for it. Tatum almost got a free ball over, but now Josie with the service.
She'll go with the bullet serve. Libero receives. Back set Temple to Brown. Clockwork.
There's a reason she's going to a Big Ten power in Maryland, and we're seeing that firsthand here tonight.
Well, we've seen it all 3 years that she has been a prominent piece to the attack. She actually, if you didn't know, started out as a setter.
Yeah.
I have a feeling the growth spurt to 6'3" definitely changed things.
Great dig.
Near side, Stover off the touch. Lady Lex lead by 3. Quick set, and that'll work for Shawnee. They go right to Cadence Wilson, who gets herself on the board.
Yeah, and that's a great job there by Wilson to see the disadvantage that they had on that back line. Not even a swing, just more of a palm push.
Sammy Reddick for the second time will serve this away. Goes short. Brown runs to get it, falls to the floor, and helps the Lady Lex score a point as Stover pummels it down.
Yeah, and how about that 1-2 combo of 6'3" Ava Brown and then the smaller Tatum Stover, but Tatum elevates extremely well at the net.
And here's the deal. Lady Lex, if they can get a 1-2-3 action from Brown, Temple, and Stover all game long, that's what they're looking for.
And that's what makes them very dangerous.
Hutchins off the touch. Reset for the Indians. Tight to the net. We'll see a violation. It's going to go on Lexington.
It'll go on Lady Lex.
Yeah, so it'll be a point for Shawnee.
Yeah, Whitney Stutes kind of got a little bit too much into the net there, attempting that block with Temple.
Burkholder again will serve near side. Flies that right to Brown. Temple set up the middle. Thornton. Good reaction by Hutchins, who sends this away. Temple, long set, roll shot, ends up to the back. Upshaw off the touch. Brown dives for it. Stover, power touch again, this time dug by Burkholder, and Upshaw punches that right to Temple, who sends it away. Karleigh Hutchins, dig by Ross. Best volley of the day will end in a back row attack, and it's overpassed. Stutes puts one up there. Lex leads by 2, joust at the net, a lot of movement, no call. Hutchins again, great dig. This is a district championship, baby, as Stover is blocked, cannot react, and Shawnee gets a big point.
That's a huge point for the Indians. That's a momentum swinging point. You kind of made it the statement earlier, and you're about right. It's about, I'd say, 75-25 Shawnee to Lexington fans here, and they are on their feet after that one.
Well, they still trail by 1, but they are inching closer. That's a good point to win, as we'll see Burkholder yet again send this away. We'll see if we get something similar to what we had that last point. Bullet right to Stover. Up by Ross. This will be free ball. First free ball I can remember tonight.
It is the first one of the night.
This ball up the middle. Karleigh Hutchins. We are tied at 16. But I say that because both of these teams seem to be doing whatever they want when it comes to putting attacks together.
Yeah. There haven't been very many misses on either side. I can't think of but maybe one error on either side so far.
Stover off the block and out. Lady Lex, they keep the lead. Well, I guess they get it back, but they don't.
It.
They don't let them
lose
take it.
They regain it. But this is district championship volleyball so far here in set number 1.
Stutes, nice dipping serve as Upshaw switches sides, and it works out. We've seen her mostly work close towards us, but that time the little change in scenery helps her score a point.
Yeah, and that's a big point for them. You retie it up, you get the serve back to your best server in Karleigh Hutchins.
She'll go up the middle of the floor. Ross receives. Stover moving to the middle. Upshaw ready for the dink. Josie Hutchins, and another setter dump. 3 players for Shawnee were ready for that one, and none for Lex were on
Upshaw,
that.
Again, Gianna Upshaw is having an outstanding first set for the Shawnee Indians.
Just a sophomore, she is a first-team all-conference player. Had 14 kills against Defiance in the district semi. Brown rough off the platform. It's an ace.
And there's Hutchins. We talked about her serving prowess, and she shows it there as that'll force a Lexington timeout.
So Lima Shawnee, they get the first swing of momentum here today in a very back-and-forth early start to this one from Liberty-Benton. If you're just joining us, Jonathon Langdon alongside Josh Banks, Josh Jr. on camera here tonight. As you get to look at Lima Shawnee, this is a team that neither of us really knew about coming in, but all we do know is the recent success they've had. This would be their 3rd straight trip to a regional tournament, and it all comes from these juniors and seniors that's all they've known in this program. So you've got Karleigh Hutchins, the senior, who has had a lot of action going on so far. Sammy Reddick, the libero, who I would imagine has been the libero that entire way.
Yeah.
And then
the rest of them are sophomores.
Yeah.
I mean, how impressive is this group for Shawnee? You look through their roster, they have no juniors and only 6 seniors.
And only 3 of them that notably play.
Yeah.
Out of the timeout, we'll see if head coach Janelle Wyatt can earn a coach's point for the Lady Lex. Hutchins, a nice serve, another ace. That's her 2nd in this run. First to 20 of the Lady Indians.
And that's a big first to 20 for them, as that gives Hutchins unofficially 71 aces on the year as she gets 2 in a row.
See if she can make it another wicked knuckle on the serve. It is fielded, and Brown sends it away. Reddick with a bump set near side. Upshaw, that'll sail in play. Lady Lex didn't know who was going to get the ball, and they both let it go by.
Yeah, Upshaw places it extremely well. She's done it the entire first set. She puts it where she wants to for a sophomore. She's impressive.
And all of a sudden, it is 21-17, as we'll see another free ball. Far side, Josie Hutchins. She's blocked. Thornton got the main contact. Upshaw runs up on this. Cannot be scooped by Alexis Foster. What a stretch here for Shawnee. They're 3 points away from winning the set, and we see the final timeout called by Lexington here in set one.
Yeah, what a stretch from Shawnee, and what a stretch from Hutchins and Upshaw really have been the two main forces here in set number one.
We are in the midst of a 6-0 run out of Lima Shawnee.
After Lex had a 2-point lead, Lex was they really exploded here about the middle of this set. Shawnee bounced back. They made it 16-all. Lexington won that next point, and it's been all Shawnee since.
So the lead now is 5. So here goes Karleigh Hutchins again. Side spin on the serve, received well by the back row. Brown cannot get the kill. Great dig by Hutchins, and Josie sails it out. Will they say there's a touch? No, they won't. Lex gets the point.
But let's talk about the dig from Karleigh Hutchins on the Ava Brown swing there. Not a ball that I myself would get in front of. She digs it. Unfortunately, they can't get the kill.
Upshaw, high ball. Brown near side, off the face of Chelsea Burkholder. It's another point for Lady Lex. That was probably the least threatening attack we've seen from Lima Shawnee today.
Yeah, they didn't get a very good opportunity there, and when you give number 3 in purple a chance, she's going to take advantage of it.
Line drive just above the tape. Upshaw will try again. This one blocked. Kind of pinballs between blockers for Lady Lex. Brown jumps up. Not much on it. Tapped over. Nearly won a point. And Temple keeps it alive. Burkholder this set. Nice quick connection as Addie Kriegel up the middle.
Yeah, Kriegel gets involved. She does a little bit of talking over to Ava Brown after that point. And now they're 2 away from taking set number 1.
Lady Lex looking for answers. They need them quick. Cannot go down to set point as the score sits right now. Good job getting out of that by Lady Lex. They get a solid attack together and nicely painted on the back line by Ava Brown.
Yeah, I mean, again, you give her an opportunity, and now Lex needs a big run. They need to even this up if they're going to have a shot right here.
That does not help things as Thornton, with the service error at a bad time, makes it set point number 1 for Shawnee. And they will go to a serve specialist here for Shawnee.
73.9% on the year.
And that will get it done. It is an ace. Lady Indians take the first set 25-20. It was back and forth quite a bit, but a 6-0 run by the Indians towards the end of this set fuels the win as we take our first break of the night of game action. Lexington down trails to Shawnee a set to nothing as we head to set 2 when we return live and free on the OH Report.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Community. Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank! That's better.
Before we get set number 2 started, want to take a second to thank our sponsors bringing you tonight's live and free coverage. Shout out to Stover Farms, farm fresh local beef, taste the difference. Also shout out to Panchos Tacos over in Bellville and Mount Vernon, American Homestead Exteriors along with Walker Woods Creation, and Avita Home Health and Hospice, Charter Next Generation, and Mechanics Bank. If you're just joining us, that was your set 1 score. We head to set number 2 now, 25-20 in favor of Shawnee, as Lady Lex got off to a solid start, let a 6-0 run by the Lady Indians kind of dictate the end of this first set.
Yeah, 17-16 Lex before Shawnee went on that 6-0 run, and they really just kind of took over at the end of set number 1 to win at 25-20. If you're Lady Lex, you cannot afford to go down 2-0, because it'll be Burkholder to serve for Shawnee to start set number 2.
So the number 1 seed in the district certainly acted like it in that first set. We'll see what Lady Lex does in response. Thornton with a standing swing as this ball tight to the net falls through.
Karleigh Hutchins again.
That goes right through.
Yeah.
The Lady Lex.
Yeah, right through the defense there. And it's just been the consistency so far for Shawnee that's been impressive. Brown will receive that one.
And this one will go to Stover. Off the block and out. It'll go for Lex.
Yeah, that's a big point for Lady Lex is Tatum Stover will now go back to serve. They really need her to go on a run here if they're going to have an opportunity. They need to get a nice little 6-7-0 run themselves.
Received by Reddig for the Indians. Gets them an opportunity. However, Lexington does a good job defensively. Quick set into a gap. Nicely crafted as Kriegel gets the point.
Yeah, Kriegel doing her job in the middle. She hasn't had a lot of opportunities, but the 2 opportunities that she's had, she has taken advantage of.
Karleigh Hutchins, we've talked about a lot of other players and how they did against Defiance. We never got to talk about her. 18 kills, 419 hitting, 15 digs. That's her 13th double-double of the year. Tight ball to the net is going to be blocked as it looked like Brown was just trying to send it away. And that ends up being another point for the Lady Indians as they continue to use this home cooking crowd to get out to a big lead. 3-1. As the trip disparity between these two teams is pretty big, as it's about a 35-minute trip over to Lima from here compared to Lexington's hour 16. As Lady Lex strike here to make it 3-2.
And it's a lot of, for 2 teams that haven't played each other in the Max Preps era, there's a lot of already just back and forth going on the court.
And when we say Max Preps era, that dates back to about 2004. So that's pretty much 20-plus years of not seeing a team.
You don't see that very often, especially in volleyball.
It's kind of just a result of how they're doing things with the Northwest District this year. They've changed things up. They want to see some teams that are really good, that are in tight areas, more spanned out so they could meet in regionals instead of districts. So that's kind of why we sit here and now with a matchup like this. Nice up in the back by Karleigh Hutchins as we continue play. Roll shot, Brown, overpass, yummy ball, off the block. So Cadence Wilson able to get a nice little kill off of the send away by Lexington.
Yeah, her second kill for Wilson, and they've both been at opportune times. It's now a 3-point lead for Shawnee.
Back set, Brown on a slide, misses long, wants a touch, not going to get it.
Yeah, I wasn't too sure about that one. I think this is the hardest sport there is to tell if it was touched or not. We can't really see the ball change directions from our angle.
And we don't have those nice net cameras that a lot of the pro volleyball leagues do have.
Yeah.
Temple going back to Brown anyways. This will land on Shawnee's side for a Lexington point.
And when she's at the net, you just got to feed number 3. She needs every opportunity that you can give her to let her battle them back into this contest.
But if you're Shawnee, you got to get that block a little tighter. There's a lot of gap between the block and the net on that situation. There's an ace, Tatum Stover. Or no, it's Bella Temple with
Bella
the
Temple
ace.
with the ace. Third on the team in aces is Bella.
So both her and Stover have an ace today. Goes short, goes back to Upshaw, who's going to get the third contact here, but it's blocked.
Sophia Brown.
Yeah, so Brown gets in there to help with the block. As this ball nearly dies, but Shawnee keeps the play going. Temple near side set, and Brown finishes it off. We're tied.
Sophia Brown tied for the team lead in blocks, by the way, as a freshman. That was her 39th on the season.
We're going to continue this run. Temple flies it over again. Reddick the reception. Near side. This ball blocked. But Hutchins, the great reflexes. We've seen it all game long to keep this ball going. However, Brown says, it don't matter. I'm just going to take the lead real quick.
Yeah, and when you give her the opportunity, that's what I was saying earlier. Continue to feed number 3. You're going to have good result.
I mean, .513 hitting percentage says the whole story.
Yeah, number 1 in the state of Ohio in hitting percentage. Keep feeding her.
Lady Indians putting something together. Back row attack dies on the block, and Sophie Brown can't keep it up.
And we're all knotted up again at 7 apiece. And if you're Lex, last time this happened in set number 1, granted it was a little deeper into the set, this is where Shawnee went on that big run. You cannot allow that to happen.
Temple back set tight to the antenna. But you can do that when you've got a 6'3" outside.
When you've got a 6'3" outside that's going to play in the Big Ten, yeah, you can do anything you want. And just the back set was on point, and her ability to adjust to the ball is phenomenal.
Medium toss eats up the serve reception team, but they do put something together over the net. Temple this time going to Stover, punches it legally. One official calls it out.
Yeah, he called, yeah. Again, it's tough for us to see from our angle. I thought Stover kept that inside the post from here, but they have a better angle of that than we do.
Yeah, so Bella Temple wants an explanation. And Tatum obviously frustrated because she thought she had the best angle of the gym.
Yeah, I thought for sure that she punched that inside of that antenna. It was a little bit of a too close to the net set for Tatum. She adjusted well. We'll see if that comes back to cause any problems.
Stover receives the serve here as well. Brown has her attempt blocked. Stover tries one, and she says, ball don't lie.
Yeah, she answers right back to keep the lead. The block there, though, from Shawnee on that swing from Ava Brown was very well done. They tightened up, kind of like you had said, no gaps in there this time.
It was unfortunate, however, for Shawnee that ball sat on the tape for a little bit, gave time for the Lady Lex to kind of regroup and get another opportunity with Stover. Here goes Hutchins, dug up by Brown. Another ball hits the tape, gives Lexington more time. This time off the block, Stover, it's back-to-back kills.
Yeah, Stover with back-to-back kills, and we kind of mentioned that if you can get the three of them going, it's going to be dangerous, and Brown and Stover have really got it going here towards this middle part of set number 2.
Maddie Ross just waiting on the call from her coach on where to serve it. And she'll sail it out of bounds.
Yeah, normally the best server on the team percentage-wise at 96.8. Only her 4th service error of the year there for Maddie.
And they'll trade them. Lady Lex leads by 2.
Now, if you're Lady Lex, you've got to extend this. You've got to get this to 4 or 5 to feel comfortable.
This will be Stutes. Keeps it clean. Joust at the net. Won by Lexington. Temple sets Stover. Hesitated a bit, and that may have helped her get that kill in the back corner.
Yeah, she put that in the corner pocket. That's one of those tough ones to judge if you're on Shawnee's side. You can't really tell, is it going to go in? Is it going to stay out? That one stays in, and now it's a 3-point advantage.
And this ball misses short, so a good run here by Lexington.
Yeah, a big run here for Lex as it's up to 4 now. Like I said, you want to get this to 4 or 5 points before you give that serve back to Shawnee.
Stutes tries it again. Karleigh Hutchins off the block. Thornton had it go kind of roll off of her back. Indians get to 10. We'll see some substitutions.
But again, if you're Lex, you got the 3-point advantage now. You could almost, I don't want to say afford that mistake there, but you got enough an advantage to where it's not going to hurt you tremendously.
Alexis Foster checks in for Lexington, just sitting on that back line, reading the serve. And she did it well, just a rough reception out of Ross. It gives another ace to the Indians. They're starting to stack up in that category.
Yeah, Burkholder gets another one there.
And the sophomore triggers another. This one read out, nicely done by Foster. Brought in for just that. She'll get to stay on a little extra as Tatum Stover has some help retrieving that ball that went into the cafeteria here at Liberty-Benton.
Stover with an opportunity to extend this lead for Lady Lex.
Just off the tape. That'll help, 15-11.
And if you want somebody at the service line in this situation, it's Tatum Stover.
Absolutely. Aces have been aplenty for her this season. She's nearing 60 on the year. Another tough ball to the bleachers. That will be 60.
I was going to say that's her second in a row. She was at 57 coming into this contest.
And she had one in the first set.
Yes.
We've bragged about her serving ability, but also her attacking ability has been on display today. 294 hitting percentage. That is her best of her career. And it's only right it's coming at this time in a senior campaign where they want to try to make it to regionals, but this error gives it back to the Indians.
Yeah, that just missed as she tried to put that on the back line. But again, you've got a 4-point lead still, but Karleigh Hutchins, who's been dangerous from the service line there now.
Sophie Brown receives the serve as Stover triggers away behind the scorer's table. That reception goes.
And how about the back half of the second set for Tatum Stover? She had the ball that got called out. Since then, she has not missed.
Definitely lit a spark for the senior. This ball let go. Alexis Foster pats her chest. She says, "My bad." Junior takes accountability there, as we see on the other side, Addie Kriegel, who will serve from the far side. Coach gives her the read. She'll go short, right to Brown, and it was the right read.
Yeah, the right read for Karleigh, her 22nd ace. But a 97.5 service percentage, only 7 errors on the season.
Karleigh, third team all-conference. High ball, that will stay in. Brown plays it. They'll go back to her, near side. I mean, has it been stopped yet? No.
And what do you do if you're on the Shawnee side? I mean, yes, you're making an attempt to get it, but there's not a lot you can do when 6'3" is coming at you with a full swing.
Back to the service line goes Bella Temple. Senior send away. Upshaw tries to find the 8-ball corner pocket. Ends up knocking it off the table.
5-point lead for Lady Lex, and that'll force a Shawnee timeout.
It's the first one called of the night for head coach Brooke Hutchins.
And it's an important one. You know, you were in this position earlier. You were tied up. You went on a 6-0 run. Now Lex has kind of turned the table and done the exact same thing to you here in set number 2 on the back of really – Ava Brown's had a great set, but this second set has really been dominated by Tatum Stover, whether it's at the service line or getting her opportunities to kill.
Try to queue up the last couple of points here. We're currently sitting in a 6-3 run from Lady Lex. We'll show you the last 5 points for Lexington here as they have started to build themselves out to that 5-point lead that you mentioned. Or I guess we're... Yep, there it goes. But yeah, replays are a little rampant here today. But just talking about Lexington and what they have been able to do in this second set, what has changed from set number 1? What do you think has kind of carried over, but they've wanted it to?
I think we haven't seen as many aces on the Shawnee side. Lexington doing a lot better with service receptions. And like I said in the pregame, sticking in system, getting your swings for Stover and Brown.
Temple with the send away, received by the back row for Shawnee. Far side, Josie Hutchins to the campfire. Easy up, however, for Lady Lex. Upshaw triggers it off the block.
Upshaw, she's been the standout so far for Shawnee in these first 2 sets. But if you're Shawnee, you have got to get a run here.
No one there to get the second contact. Temple let it go, and nobody picked it up.
Yeah, they had the reception. Stutes didn't really make an attempt for it, and Shawnee not going away.
Pooch serve received by Stover. Temple, back set, Brown. Great dig in the back by Karleigh Hutchins. Josie will send it away. Temple triggers it off to Brown.
Ava Brown's got a different confidence here in set number 2 than she had there in set number 1, and it is showing as she now has a chance to kind of close this out.
Goes near sideline. That'll win an ace. This ball goes into the rows. The lead is 5 here for Lady Lex.
Monroeville up 2-0, by the way.
Over Mohawk. That's a big game going on elsewhere. On the OH report as it's back-to-back aces. Ava Brown starting to will her team to a potential set 2 win that they needed because you said, Josh, they can't go down 0-2 to a 1 seed.
No, you cannot, and they're showing that that's not going to happen. Good reception.
And this will go off the block of Brown. Easy kill for Cadence Wilson.
But Shawnee's not going to go away lightly as they've got plenty of people that can go back to the service line as this will be Josie Hutchins to go back there. They can battle them back into this one.
Here goes Josie, just over the tape. Tight ball. Temple the set, and Stover finishes. Look at this set. This is money right to Tatum.
And who better to do it right now than Tatum Stover? And that's kind of been the difference in the second set is you've got both of your big hitters going.
Nice set from the libero, but this will fall inbounds, and Lady Lex has themselves set point number 1.
Yeah, that was Whitney Stutes that got that block. And it's really, when you look at Lady Lex and you've got teams or you've got players like Brown, like Stover, and everybody up Bella Temple, you've got these people that can play front. But then when Tatum Stover's swinging the way she is right now, and you can shift Ava Brown to that back line and have that support there, that's why they're as good as they are.
They're very good because their 2 best attackers are also their best defenders.
Yeah.
And you can kind of interchange them, intertwine them. Now, that can also be viewed in another way to where they can't use them to their full potential offensively because they have to be back a bit. But it's always better to look at the positive side of things and look at how many plays Ava Brown has kept alive for this team.
Yeah. Well, and even tonight, her swings from that mid-range area have been just as good as her swings at the net.
So you can kind of move her anywhere on the floor and still give her an opportunity to swing.
Maddie Ross with a chance to close it out.
No timeouts left for Shawnee. Far side set, Karleigh Hutchins with a nice start out of the coach's timeout. Set point number 2, sent away by Reddick. Diving reception. We see a free ball. Set by Burkholder and Hutchins. Makes it back to back.
And they're a 1 seed for a reason, Jonathan. They're not going to go away lightly as it's now a 5-point advantage, but they've got to go on an extended run here to battle their way back.
Set point number 3. Tight to the net. Good job by Temple to stay away. See another quick set. Basically acts as a free ball. Stover trying to finish what she started. Forces an overpass. Will they feed her again? No, they'll go up the middle to Brown. That'll sail out of bounds, and Lady Lex wins the second set. We are even at 1.
Ava Brown doing Ava Brown things, keeping her team in it. We got a third one coming.
Absolutely. We'll take a break, and we'll have it for you live and free on the OH Report next.
Are you looking for a solid career, job security, great pay, and rapid advancement? An important role with a global leader that invests in state-of-the-art technology, develops world-class solutions, and is committed to a cleaner tomorrow? Yeah, we have just what you're looking for.
Community. Whether it's supporting our local teams or cheering you on in life, we're here for you in every victory, big or small. Mechanics Bank!
And we are back live and free on the OH Report. Jonathon Langdon alongside Josh Banks as 25-19, the set 2 score, as Lady Lex get their first one of the night. Lady Indians won the first set 25-20. Let's reset that scoreboard. Brought to you by Stover Farms, as Josh, definitely big difference from Lady Lex between set 1 and set 2. What specifically stood out to you?
Tatum Stover and Ava Brown getting their swings going, and the setting up front by Temple was phenomenal. She set a couple right by the post that Ava Brown was able to go get. She knows her hitters and she knows where to put the ball, and if they can stay in that rhythm, there's a good chance that they win the next two and make this a 3-1 victory.
Whitney Stutz gets us going here in set 3. Quick set, rough one to the
Double
net.
hit by Stover.
Yeah, Stover taps it twice. Cannot do that. Indians lead 1-0.
I am curious, before set number 3 began, the head referee over here on the near side by us was having a conversation with the two captains in Temple and Hutchins for both teams. I don't know if he was talking about maybe the talk that's been going on between the two squads.
Stover off the tape. They'll say no touch.
Off the block, yes. That was touched, yes, off the block.
I was about to say that would have been some wicked spin if there was no touch.
It did hit the tape, but I thought for sure
but
it
it
also
cannot
hit the
spin
arm.
like that.
No, the tape's not going to make it rotate the way that ball started spinning. That top spin that it had on it was off the top of an arm.
Stover. That ball lands on the line.
Paint job from Tatum Stover there. Oh, I don't know about that one, Jonathon.
With my own eyes, which have failed me a lot these last couple of days because it's been a long week, but
yeah.
I thought that was in as well. But
Okay. Listen, you know as well as I do, he just has to touch that tape.
Overpass, tap down. But we continue on. Thornton can't get the kill. They'll go to Brown instead.
And she can.
As she has all game long.
I mean, what more can you say about number 3 for Lady Lex that we haven't already said?
We're going to run out of things to say by set 5 if this
There's a reason that she does the things that she does.
How about the top spin on that serve? However, it does fall out of bounds, far side.
But Lady Lex jump out to a lead in the set, which is the same thing they did in the previous set that they won 25-19.
Here goes Addie Kriegel. Float serve received by Sophie Brown. Back set. Thornton out of position. Punches this overhead towards head coach Brooke Hutchins.
Yeah, and Sophie kind of got a little bit out of whack there on that back set is what led to the mishit.
Near side, back to Brown.
They're going to say that hit the post.
Yeah, off the antenna, so that'll give the Indians their first lead of the set.
And you can see the antenna moving. And with that type of power, that's how you're going to be able to tell what happens. Kriegel on a 2-point run here.
The senior middle hitter with a high ball. Back to Brown, power touch off the block, kept alive. Thornton, however, sends it away, and that will get a point back on the board for Lady Lex. We're tied at 4.
Yeah, and that's a big play there for Karleigh Thornton. She's kind of struggled here in the first couple of sets on opportunities. She didn't need 3 touches there to be able to get herself a kill.
Karleigh, another senior for this group. Far side set, Josie Hutchins sees that fall down off the touch.
Josie Hutchins having herself a very good night as well at the net.
Brown receives the serve. She'll get the third. Contact. Too easy, as we're going to see Bella Temple drop back to serve. A couple aces in set number 2 for her.
I mean, how can you say you want to feed her the ball more than she receives the serve, swings around, and gets the set for the third touch?
Making sure she stays active here in this game. Back row attack from Shawnee gets the job done.
Karleigh. Karleigh has not missed very many opportunities tonight either, as these two number 3s are battling.
And the sister, Josie, will serve here. Sophomore gets it over the net by plenty. Back row attack, misses short. Stover could not get it across. And Josie will do it again.
Shawnee kind of jumping out a little bit here, a 2-point advantage in set number 3.
High toss, taken far side this time. Brown receives the serve. She'll get it back. She called for it. However, off the block, Cadence Wilson did a good job. Lexington, yeah, on the reset, gets it done. It'll make it a 1-point deficit now for Lady Lex. Not someone that gets set the ball too often, but when she did, she took her opportunity.
Yeah, and they have to take advantage of those opportunities. You're going to have to feed 3 and 5, but somebody else is going to have to step up as well.
This ball in. Ava Brown puzzling some of those Lady Indians with that serve.
Yeah, that wasn't long. I'm not sure what happened there on the Indian side, a miscommunication on the back line. It's a big point to knot us up, though.
See if Lady Lex can grab the lead, and they will. They go to the same location just with some speed.
Yeah, a little bit extra mustard on that one from Ava, and she's going to be pushing 60 aces as well as the night ends. She's at 52 coming in, and that's at least her 4th. That one will be long, though.
All knotted at 8. Lady Lex coming into this game, 20-4 on the year. 19-5 for Lima Shawnee on the other side, but to note for Lexington, they came out firing this season. They swept their first 6 matches of the year as Reddick takes a little bit of extra time to grab this ball, but Lexington sweeps in the first 6 games of the year. 16 of their 20 games won this season are sweeps. They're 4-4 in games that go longer than 3.
But again, those 4 losses are to
great teams.
Yeah.
Quick set. Good reflexes by Temple. Brown wins a 50-50 at the net.
The freshman coming up clutch to give them a 1-point lead. And it's just back and forth. It's been this way the first 2 sets as well. Back and forth action. Nobody's really taken an extended lead yet.